Okay, let's get started with our craft along. I love this kit, bright fall colors. The item number is DP1462 Fall Autumn Harvest. And with your bundle, you got some Powder Puff chalking inks. And if you choose to use different colors, you go right ahead. I'm going to use the colors that we have on there for suggestions, and it's Bloody Mary, Sour Apple, Sandstone. But I know that a lot of you have a large stash of Powder Puff colors, so you choose the ones that work for you. And we will go ahead and get started. So on your kit, and if you've never done a Quick Quotes page layout before, just so you know, we always have a clear picture on the front. We have suggested Powder Puff chalking inks. Those are not mandatory to be able to finish the kit, but we just suggest the colors that work well with this, or with each kit. On the back, we start with punching out die cuts, and go ahead and start doing that, and we will start with all the cutting diagrams. And what's nice about this one is there's only one cutting diagram. We try to have a lot of the stuff cut for you. We also have a clear picture here with letters that coordinate to the instructions, so we try to make it as easy as possible for you for each kit. This is how our retail kits come packaged, all of our class kits. We try to make it as easy as possible for you. So we're going to get started. I'll show you real quick here. This one has a little interactive page or journaling piece. It pulls out of the top of your page protector. And to get started, go ahead and punch out your die cuts. Sometimes I leave my die cuts in and I just grab them as I go, just as I need them. But this one I actually punched everything out and I have it laying in piles by color so that you could just grab them as you need them. And a couple things about the die cuts. This one, it looks really delicate, but when you pull it out of the die cut sheet, you actually can just grab this trunk piece and pull it out just like that and kind of give it a shake, and it'll pull right out of the master sheet that it's in. And one more suggestion or reminder here is that this die cut, I haven't punched it out yet because I wanted to show you, we actually use this outside piece. So once you punch out all of the stuff here in the middle, we use this outside piece for a background for one of the pages. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now and take this centerpiece out. Oops, I tore that a little bit, but it's no big deal because I'm going to be covering it with another sheet of paper. Okay, so this piece here is going to be one of these background pieces. I'm going to get this out of the way here and we will get started on the kit. Punch out these few pieces that I hadn't yet. I just wanted to keep that in to show you. With a lot of our kits, a lot of our Quick Quotes kits, we use all the pieces. So if you ever have negatives, and I know a lot of people that have taken our classes, they know this, but we use a lot of the negatives. We don't like to waste paper. This one right here, actually you can just tear that out because that end won't show. This one right here actually has a good amount of space that you could still use for something if you would like to, but this is actually garbage here. But yeah, with our kits, make sure you don't throw anything away until the end because you might be going dumpster diving for pieces that we actually use. So I'm going to put this up and I will get our background papers. So like I said, one will be the square that we just used, and one will be a full sheet of paper. So once we get these covered, you won't even know or see this piece because it'll be in your page protector. Before we get any further, I'm going to do the cutting diagram. So in your kit, you have, we're going to trim these out here in a minute too. We're going to get all of the stuff done that is with your cutter so that we can get your cutter out of the way. In your kit, you have a cutting diagram. It is for this piece of paper. And we are going to go ahead and get that started. I always just lay my cutting diagram right next to my trimmer so that I know what I'm working on. And you can turn the paper any way that you want to. The way that I have it on the kit is so that the brighter yellow area is at the top right corner. The flower is at the bottom left corner. And what I'm going to do to make it this the same as this right here, we are going to turn it so that the yellow is at the left, and we are going to cut at 7 inches. So turn it so that the brighter color is right at 7. And we will trim. Save this piece, we'll cut that later, and we'll turn it to the right and we'll cut it at 5. Move it down and cut it at 5 again so that you have 2 5x7s. This is an extra piece. You can hang on to it for a tag or something later, but that is extra. So you have 2 5x7s. And this larger piece that's left over here, we are going to cut into 4 3x4 pieces. So I'm going to turn it this way. And if you do get one of these cuts a little bit wrong so that there's something else on a different print on there, it's no big deal. You will have these covered mostly with pictures anyway, so it does not have to be exact. It doesn't have to be exact. According to the picture. Okay, so we'll put this in at 4 and trim, and this little piece is extra left over. And then we'll turn it again and just cut it at 3. Oops. And move it down at 3. At 3. And we have 4 3x4s ready to go there. And if you have any questions throughout here, go ahead and put it in the comments. I will try to answer any questions that you have. Okay, the last piece that we need our trimmer for is the words. So get out your cardstock words, and we are going to trim right at the bottom of that quote strip. And then I'm going to move it over, and we're going to trim right in the middle, right on that white line. And when you do cut this, if some of the white is still showing, it's no big deal because we are going to take our chalking inks and we're going to chalk around the edges, and you will never see that white strip there. And then we're going to cut right at the top of this word strip. Set these aside for later. Our little journaling piece. And then I think we're done with the cutting completely. For this kit. I just love these bright yellow and orange colors here. Okay, so we have our cutting finished. Let's go ahead and move that out of the way. Get your trimmer out of the way. And we'll get started on the kit. You have your 2 background pieces. And these are going to go right on there. We have two, I think these are 11 by 11, something close to that, yellow pieces. And if you choose to use the other side, that's totally up to you. That would look really nice too. It's kind of similar colors, just kind of more flowery and have flourishes on it. So the way that I have it on our sample is so that the yellow colors are more up top. But if you like the green, you go ahead and switch that around. And let's just go ahead and tear that down. On this one, you want to make sure and only put adhesive on the very edge of your paper before you glue it down, because there's nothing in the center to hold on to it. I'm just going to put a few little spots here. And as we go, you chalk up anything you would like. I probably won't say that every single time I use a piece, but go ahead and chalk the edges. And you know what? I'm going to use a little bit of this sandstone color. And it just adds a little extra color around it. It brightens up this green area. Puts a little orangey color around the yellow areas. I'll show you what Bloody Mary looks like on here. So if you want more reds, more kind of an antique-y red color, that would be pretty too. Comes out a little bit like an antique brown on here. Still has a little hint of red in there. I love this color. Bloody Mary is one of our most popular Powder Puff chalking inks. If you've never used Powder Puff chalking inks, what they are an ink pad that it leaves a soft, chalky look. It dries almost instantly, but it doesn't have the mess of chalk. So it's easy to give it the chalky look without having the extra chalky mess. And we have hundreds of colors. So you can check that out on our website. Our website is shopquickquotes.com. And if you have a favorite Powder Puff chalking ink color, put that in the comments. I always like to see what people like. I know that some of you have huge stashes of Powder Puff chalking inks, every single color. I'm just curious what your favorite one is. And if you're using a different color on this layout, I would love to see what you are using, because I know that a lot of people use colors that I wouldn't even think to use, and it ends up looking gorgeous. So let us know in the comments. And in the comments, we actually give away a prize to a random comment on this video. So if you want to comment in the comments, or you have a question or anything, you'll be entered to win a prize package from Quick Quotes. Okay, and as we move along here, you can see I'm just putting on the tree die cut, and I just put, you don't have to have this completely covered with glue. I just put a few dots here and there on the back. Once you get it into your page protector, it will still lay flat. So you don't have to have it completely covered in glue. Maybe if there's something that's really sticking up or something, maybe a little extra glue there. But go ahead and glue this down. And your trunk is not going to go all the way to the bottom. I have just a little bit going over the top of the yellow there. Go ahead and put your tree down. And then we have 3 of the 4 photo backers that are going to go here at the bottom. I'm going to chop those up with Bloody Mary and add a little brown to it. You can also use one of our brighter reds, like Red Hot, or I don't know, we have 2 or 3 different reds. So if you use a brighter red, this makes it look really bright on there, and it's really pretty. Oops. So you chop those up as you choose. Oh, and I forgot about sour apple. I'm actually going to use that on some of these frames here. On our sample, we actually used a little bit of yellow, I think, too. So you go ahead and choose the colors you want. And those of you who don't know, we have a train right next to our warehouse, which is going by right now. But we like to have fun with it. We do live events, live online events, and every time a train goes by, we give away a prize. So join us for one of our live events. You can check those out on our website. But I'm sorry about the train. It goes by multiple times a day. And those of you who have joined us for a live event on our Facebook page know that it's kind of fun when the train goes by. Okay, so once you get these punched out, these will go on your little 3x4 frames. And what I do is so you'll want to put your pictures in here and then put them on. But I put these on, you'll want your picture in, I put these on, and then I am going to chalk it a little bit with a color. You can chalk it beforehand if you want to. My glue pen is not working very well today. Might be time for a new one. So all three of these get a frame, and I'm going to use the sour apple, and I'm just going to add some of this really bright green to the edges of it. I'll give you a little time to get your frames on there. I'm not going to glue these down because my glue pen is not working. So we'll get the gist of it here. And when you pull these apart, this one here, where it has different sizes on the end, that is not something that we will use. You can save it for a frame if you would like to, but we're just using this outside piece and the smaller frame like this. So once you have photos in there, and if you don't have your photos right now, just put a little bit of glue on the top. You can always slide a photo in later. All of our classes that we do, we try to teach them so that you can put photos in later. We can get the entire project done, and then you can go back and add photos. Okay, and then from there, I'm going to chalk the edges because, like I said, some of the white shows a little bit. And just run down the side a little bit. This would look really nice with one of the brighter red colors on it too. I should have brought one of those in. So this is kind of like a pocket. This is going to go about 1/4 of an inch up from the yellow paper, and it goes all the way across. I would only put adhesive across the bottom so that you can tuck these little photos in. Oops. So about 1/4 of an inch up from the yellow paper. It goes all the way across. These can get tucked in, of course, after you have your photos in there. And again, if you have any questions, just let us know about our deals for the weekend, about the kits, about any of our events. Just let us know in the comments. And if you've been to any of our events, let us know that too, because we love to hear what you like about our events. We do some online events, and then we do a few really big 3-day events in the fall in Pennsylvania, California, and Washington. We are from Washington, so that is our home event. And this is just kind of layering from here, so you can just start layering stuff up. Of course, you want to put a photo behind there before you get it on there. When you do put this photo mat down, you want to only put adhesive on the sides and the bottom. Because we are going to put your tag in there, and this goes less than 1/4 of an inch from the left side of the yellow and about 1/4 of an inch from the top. And your tag's going to slide in there, so make sure you don't put any glue at the top there. So this is a simple kit, but it gets layered up nicely so it looks like you have lots on the page. And you can get these in place before you glue them down so that you can see. Oops, I'm looking for my leaves. Oh, here we go. I just kind of tuck these into place before, so I know where I want them before I actually glue them down. Tuck this one in behind here. The largest one is back here. One of the smaller ones tucks under there. And these you can chalk up too. Add some color to it. I'll put some Bloody Mary on this brown just so you can see. It kind of adds a little reddish tint to it. Okay, and then we can do our tags. So for our tags, we have 2 brown tags, one smaller, one larger. The white backer that goes on them are from the center of this. So take 2 of those, chalk those up whatever colors you would like. I think I'll use a bright green on there. It's kind of a fun color. Actually, I'll do part of it sandstone. That's kind of fun. Okay, so one goes on here. Chalk the other one up. I'll do the other one in this color so you can see this Bloody Mary. It's a brown with a little bit of red in it. And then that one, this is a taller one, but we are going to put the same size on there. This part actually gets covered up with a leaf. So tuck that in there, add photos, and then you just start layering your leaves on here. Whoop, hopped right out of my hand. Again, if there's a little white space on the ends, just go ahead and chalk it up. And you line this up to go right across here. And then these can get tucked down. Again, just put glue across the bottom so that these can be tucked in like tags. And this doesn't have to get tucked in much because we're actually going to use some leaves right there. So one of our largest leaves is going to go here. One of the smaller brown leaves here. And you go ahead and adjust these however works for your photos. The rest of the leaves go on to the other page here. So one of the larger ones. We got 2 brown here. And this one we actually used the other side. So in our kits, we always put the embellishments in a nice little tidy bag. Like this. The yellow brads are used at the top of each of these to make it look like a little tag, or not brads, these are buttons at the top of each. Add some color. And the last part is your little journaling tag that is going to tuck in. So what we do is you want to fold it. It's a 5x5 brown piece. You fold it so the corners touch. You don't want to crease down here, just so the corners touch, and then this will give you a nice little trim. You trim up towards the top, and then that gives you even on both sides for a tag. Use a hole punch right there and tie your ribbon into the top. I actually forgot my hole punch, so I'm just going to tie a knot like this. Trim the ends. And I would probably use a little bit of liquid glue, but I'm going to put this on like this. Your journaling piece, chop the edges up of that. And use sandstone. Some of the yellows would look really nice, like Chunky Monkey. I think we have lemonade, or what's the new lemon color? Can't think of it. Anyway, our new lemon color. Lemon sorbet, maybe. That goes right on there. And then this tucks in right behind that. And there you have it. You have our fall kit, which I love, love, love these colors. If you enjoyed it, put it in the comments. Leave any kind of comment about Powder Puff Chalking Inks, maybe our events or our kits, or if you have questions, let us know. We will be giving away a prize. And don't forget to check out our sale category. We have a crazy amount of stuff that we just put in there for this weekend. And our grab bag bundle, which is about $100 worth of stuff for only, I think it's $39.99. So for 40 bucks, you get a huge grab bag, and there's guaranteed to be at least one ink in there, lots of papers, quotes, embellishments, ribbons, all kinds of stuff. So check out our sale category at shopquickquotes.com. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for letting us be a part of the volume event again. And we will see you next time.